Very good morning, dear students. Myself, I am Dr. S. Sedu, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Physical Education and Sports, Manonmaniam, Sundranar University. Today, I am going to take experimental design. In this title, we are going to discuss about the meaning, essential characteristics, and the types of experimental design. First, what is experimental design? In a research work, if you took the anatomy of the research work, it is a third part where we have to decide a right design for our study. Suppose if you are taking a cause and effective research, that is nothing but experimental research. Experimental research is a research done in a controlled settings. Observation are taken in a controlled settings. So here the researcher has to control many things. We will discuss one by one. So research design is nothing but a blueprint of the research works, as really rightly pointed out that it is one of the powerful design among the among the research design. Next, we are going to see about the essential characteristics of research design. So how we have to select the research design which are appropriate to the study, which will be decided by three important characteristics, which are manipulation, control, and randomization. First, we can discuss about manipulation. Manipulation is nothing but the control over the independent variable. What is called as an independent variable? The researcher manipulated variable is called as an independent variable. Usually in a study where the independent variable is treatment or an intervention program. For example, effect of plyometric training on explosive power, where the plyometric training is an independent variable. So the plyometric training can be controlled, can be manipulated by the researcher as given in the diagram. See, the plyometric training can be decided or can be prescribed to the participants by using the intensity, density, and duration of the training load principles. So these components are manipulated by the researcher. That's why we call it as a manipulated variable or independent variable. The second thing is the control. While we conduct the cause and effect relationship, we should keep a control group. What is the meaning of control group? Control group does not receive any special treatment as like the experimental group. Experimental group underwent the treatment or training program, but control group did not. Why we want to keep this control group in a experimental research? Because there are a number of extraneous variables which will threat the validity of our research. To control such outliers, we want to keep the control group so that we can find out the true variance due to the effect of the independent variable on dependent variable. That's why we are keeping the control group in this step. Next, the third important components of experimental research design is randomization. Yes, when we select the subjects for the experimental and control group, the subject should be selected by random method. Even while we divide the group into two as experimental and control group, we have to use a randomized method. So which address the many internal and external threats which affect the results of the study. So in experimental research design, while we want to select the suitable research design, the researcher must consider these three essential characteristics: manipulation, control, and randomization. Next, we are going to see about the types of experimental design. So there are a broad category where we are going to see about three major types. One is pre-experimental research design. The second one is true experimental research design. And the third one is quasi-experimental research design. So these three research design has a specific purpose. It can be selected by considering the three important factors such as manipulation, control, and randomization. Now we can discuss about the pre-experimental design. So what are the factors lacking in the pre-experimental design? In the sense, see, there is no random assignment of groups. So we are missing the randomization, and also in some types we are missing the control group. But we have a manipulation. So manipulation is the one of the core component of the experimental research design. So we can find the manipulation in all the research design. Without the manipulation, there is no experimental research. So naturally, we will find out of three, one in all the groups. So only the control as well as the randomization is missing in pre-experimental design. Now we can discuss one by one. In pre-experimental design, there are three types. The first one-shot case study. We will discuss what is one-shot case study. One-shot case study is nothing but only one group. There is no control group. There is no randomization even in the experimental group. So only one group. There is no pre-test. Treatment will be given and post-test will be taken. This type of design is called as one-shot case study design or one group post-test only design. And the second is one group pre-test and post-test design. The only difference between the previous design when we compare with this design, here you will find the pre-test. So what are the essential components missing here? Randomization is missing and control group is missing. So here manipulation is nothing but the experimental group has the treatment. Then after and before the treatment, the group were tested with the pre and post respectively. That's called as a one group pre-test and post-test design. The third one is static group comparison design. And so here you will find two essential characteristics. One is manipulation, the other one is control group. There is no randomization. So somehow these designs are used in some specific situation. That's why the designs are divided accordingly. The third under the pre-experimental research design is static group comparison design. Here control group, experimental group are available, but there is no pre-test, only post-test. Next, we are going to discuss about the major types. The second one, true experimental design, most opted and suitable design which controls a number of internal and external threads of the research. So in true experimental research design, again it was classified into three types. The first one, randomized post-test only design. So here you can see manipulation is available, control is available, and randomization is available. So the true experimental design possesses all the three essential components of the experimental design. But only the difference here now, whether we are conducting pre-test or whether we are conducting post-test. That is a difference in all the three. So in the first one, post-test only design, where there is no pre-test, only post-test. In the second, pre-test, post-test, randomized control group design. Out of all the experimental research design, this is the most suitable and appropriate used by many research in cause and effect relationship research. So here you can see random assignment is there, experimental group and control group is available, and manipulation is also available, pre-test is there and post-test is there. So I think most of the researchers are recommended this research design for the experimental study. And the third research design is randomized Solomon four group design. Otherwise, we call it as a matched group design. Here you can see it is a combination of the first two types. The combination of first two type, post-test only randomized group plus pre and post-test randomized control group design. So that is called as a Solomon four group design. And then finally, we are going to see about the third experimental research design is quasi-experimental research design. In quasi-experimental research design, it is alternative research design used for true experimental research design. In most of the occasion, we are not able to conduct our research study as our wish. So only the quasi-experimental design will help us to conduct our study. Here now, manipulation is available, control group is available, but there is no randomization of group. That is the difference between the true experimental design and the quasi-experimental design. In quasi-experimental design, there are two types. The first one, again, where it is very well explained, it is non-randomized pre and post-test control group design. As you are seeing in the diagram, it was explained well. There are two groups, experimental and control group. So experimental group receives the treatment, that is an independent variable, and control group does not receive any treatment. So both the group were tested before and after the treatment. Then the second one in quasi-experimental design is a time series design. So you can see the time series design is useful for determining trends over time. Data are collected multiple times before the intervention to establish a baseline. So you can see the diagram very well. The experimental group were tested twice before the intervention and tested twice after the intervention. So it is called as time series. A test were conducted at a different time. That's called as a time series design. So finally, we are going to complete with a brief summary of today's class. As we discussed, what is experimental design? Experimental design is nothing but a blueprint of the research work, and there are three essential characteristics in research design: manipulation, randomization, control. And there are three types of experimental research design: pre-experimental design, true experimental design, quasi-experimental design. Thank you for watching.